That's Ntogozo Mbambo, and it is 11 minutes past the hour 1 o'clock, and you're still tuned into Mawata FM 107.7 megahertz, home of gospel. And I'm not alone here in studio. I'm here with Mrs. Trish, and she'll be talking to us about stress. You know, we all get this pressure from everywhere, and today we'll be enlightened on actually how to deal with pressures of life. So, Ms. Trish, do introduce yourself to our listeners and greet them.
Hi, Tapi, and good day to our listeners. Thank you for having me again.
Thank you so much for always availing yourself. I must give you a big ups for that one.
Please, I should be an ambassador of this studio.
Exactly, you should. Okay, so Mrs. Trish, please do tell us what is stress. Like when we're talking about stress, what are we talking about?
Well, stress is actually a minimum thing. Stress is I would say, the challenge that a person has mentally, and mostly it occurs when you are challenged by the situation that you are in. Either maybe it's hard to process, or you're just overwhelmed on how are you going to overcome that thing. So you worrying about if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna be able to do it, or how are you gonna do it. Just having that battle alone in your mind, it can cause stress. So basically, a little thing that gives you challenges or worries, it's basically can become a stress.
So not being able to handle matters is stress.
Yes, stress, yeah.
So please now get because we've been celebrating what's this Workers' Day, you know, on the 1st. So I want to understand when somebody says, you know what, I'm dealing with stress in a workplace. How do they actually deal with it?
Some people will deal with stress differently. Some people believe that when you are stressed, you have to go for counseling. Some people believe that if you have stress, you can meditate or do some activities that can help you. Some people go camping or hiking. Some sing, some go to the church. Some just want to go relax and sleep, and so that their mind can cool off. So when you are dealing with a stress at a workplace stress usually comes from the workload that we get at work. So you're given a task that you're supposed to finish, but you don't finish it on time, or your boss gives you some challenges when you're supposed to be given information, but you're not getting that. And instead of them actually understanding that in order for you to complete that information, they have to give you something in return, the requirements or some basically requirements that you are needed to do to complete that particular task. It's going to give you stress. So I would say, dealing with stress in a workplace, you have to make sure that whatever requirement that you're supposed to do, or whatever everything that you need to do, whatever work that you are given, just make sure that you do it within the deadline. And mostly stress for the workers doesn't just come from the workers, it comes from the managerial level, our managers, because they are the ones who always pressurize the employees. So if you have an open conversation with your employees, they can know when to ask for help and how to ask for help. Because if you are my manager and you gave me a task and I'm not sure how to do it, the person who I'm supposed to ask is you. But if you haven't given us that open relationship between a manager and an employee, how am I supposed to go back and say, how am I supposed to do this?
Exactly.
Yes. So instead, I'm going to be having the challenge alone. Where else I'm going to have to go to my supervisor to show me some light, but I can't do that. So the only person who can help me to go through this challenge is the person that I can't go communicate with, because they haven't opened the door. So that's stress as well, because it will enable me to do my job.
So you basically are saying that it is important to have actually a good relationship with our superiors.
Yes, because they are our seniors. For us to complete our jobs, they supposed to value their job, and if they give you a task, obviously they expect you to do it. And if you are not sure, they are the ones, because they are the level managers. You have to go to them. They are the level 3. You might be the level 1 or the level 2. So if the level 1 and level 2 employee doesn't have the information that the level 3 manager needs, they have to go there for advice.
So now, what if a manager hasn't opened that space or that door for you to actually have that particular relationship with? How do you now work around that?
You see, that's what I'm saying. It has to be there. But if it's not there, we are not just alone at the workplace. We have other managers of other units. You can even find one who's in the same level as your manager. Ask for their advice. How are they supposed to do it? You will see that most managers, they go through the same, I would say, training, basically. As a manager, there are some values that you have to know, whether you are in HR or finance or property. The managerial training is the same. So you just go to them, find some, even the employee, the other staff member as yourself. You can ask for them, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to? You will even find out that they know more than you do. So you just have to ask your fellow staff member, and they help you all the time.
So now let's say that in an incident whereby there's pressure from home and there's pressure at work, how do you now manage this situation?
This one is a difficult one because most of the time when there's pressure at home or pressure at work, there is one mistake that people do all the time. They take the stress at home and bring it at work, or take the stress at work, bring it at home. And the problem about that is that if you have a problem at work and you bring it at home, you are forgetting that at home, yes, you might be the manager at work, but at home you are a mother, you are a father, you are a husband, you are a wife, you are a brother, you are a sister. So the energy that you're bringing at home, it's gonna downgrade everyone that you're living with, because you're gonna be consumed with the stress, forgetting that there are other particular things that you're supposed to deal with. So in order for you to deal with such thing, make sure that you confront the person that you are feeling like you are at unease with. If the problem is at home, it's with the kids, sit your kids down, talk to them. If it's the wife or the husband, sit them down and talk, because not talking to them is not going to help. Turning their back on them going to work, you're going to take that stress and bring it to your staff members. You'll be rough on them, you won't listen, not because they are not doing the work, because you came to work annoyed. That's the first thing. And if the stress is at work, make sure that you don't bring work at home, because those two places need you, and they need you in different terms. You can't use your manager level at home, and you can't use your husband or wife level at work. So you have to make sure that whether you have a stress today or tomorrow, make sure that you attend it immediately, because keeping it bottled up is going to consume you, and you're going to lash out at the people who are trying to help you.
But then I hear what you're saying, that it's important to actually sit a person down and actually release that pressure from you. What if then you do take such measures to say, you know what, let me talk to these people and hear, maybe they can come through for me, or they can actually help me to offload whatever that I have. Then this person that you're actually communicating with instead pushes you away to say, you know what, I'm not going to listen to you. Whatever you're saying, I don't even care. What do you do when such incidents happen?
Face-to-face confrontation, most people don't like them. So when I grew up, my mom taught us this thing of a letter. Like, if you can't talk to a person face-to-face, because when you're speaking with a person face-to-face, you're not sure how the words that you're saying will come out. So it's better to put them on paper so that they can read them alone. So write everything that you feel like and make sure that you're not saying they're not doing wrong, because you are not here to tell them that they are wrong. You are here to tell them that whatever that you guys discussed didn't take you well. So point out what didn't take you well, how it didn't take you well, and how you would like for it to be resolved. Just write it in a letter and let them be. They will read that letter alone, no pressure. They won't feel like they're being pressured into anything. They can read it and it will be up to them. And if they still don't do anything, there are counselors out there, people you can talk to, but make sure that you don't talk to anyone about your problem, because those problems, especially at home, they are a sensitive matter. So some people believe that you can go to your pastor, your counselors, or even an elderly person on the family. Just help, be like, I spoke about this, but it seems not to be working. But I would really love for us to solve this. Just hear them out, because you'll find out that the situation that you're going through, they know more about it than you do, because they went through it, or they knew someone who went through the same thing. So they might have an idea how to help you go through such things.
So what word of encouragement can you give to our youth today, since it's all about youth today? What sort of encouragement can you give to them, especially now we know that youth is getting pressure, especially from work, in a sense of unemployment rate. It's stress, and it's related to work, of course, and also probably at home you're expected to do certain things and you can't because you don't even have means. So what sort of encouragement can you give to them?
I would say let them be honest with themselves. Be honest with themselves so that other people can be honest with you. If someone tells you to do something that you know that you can do it, be honest with them. Be that I can meet you this way, but this I cannot do. Because if you go and accept every pressure that people put upon you because you don't want people to think that you can't do something, you will be pressurizing yourself. And they don't need the pressure in you. They need an open you to help them. But if you pressure yourself and you're not honest, nothing good is gonna come there. So make sure that all the time be honest with yourself so that you can be honest with other people. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, how can you be honest with other people? Yeah.
Wow, wonderful. And also something that I also want to say, or should I say, it's a question, but I want to understand this point of saying that I understand when you are at a level of stress, you are also anxious about everything. So sometimes you might not even realize the actions that you're taking towards other people because you'd be rude just because you're so much overwhelmed.
That's why they say that when you are angry or you have a feeling of unease, never make any decision. Wait for yourself to cool down. Because the things that you might say when you are angry, you might feel that when you come back to your senses, it's not something that you really wanted to say. So whenever you are angry or whenever you're sad, don't take any step. Just wait for yourself to cool down. Then you can go and attend that situation back because you don't want to be burning bridges when you are angry, and you will want people to accept you when you come back. It will be rude. No one is going to be, like you're saying, you will be angry. So now when you cool down, you want people to listen. Don't be that person. Don't be that person that when you are angry or when you are sad, you become someone different. Make sure that whatever state that you're going through, retain, be yourself at all times. If you feel like the situation is clouding you, step out, because they say that you can't see the picture if you're inside the frame. Step out so that you can read the situation well and cool down. After you're sure that you have cooled down, then you can attend to the situation to avoid such things.
Thank you so much, Ms. Trish, for actually sharing with us this particular information about stress, because we know that lately stress levels have
leveled up.
has just went like boom. It's just blowing out today. Thank you so much. So where can people actually get a hold of you if about somebody feels that, you know what, I'm overwhelmed and I don't actually have somebody to talk to? Are you available to actually assist such particular people that say?
Yes, all the time. I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube. And for private matters, I always use my email address, which is always posted on my YouTube channel, which is gfwpm1@gmail.com. That's the one that they can use if they can't find me on the platforms, or they can just comment on one of the videos, even this one. I will make sure that under the description I post the email address as well. But the platforms is Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. All of them, it's Patricia Trish M.
Thank you so much for always availing yourself to come talk to us, because it's so inspiring, to be talking to you and also being here getting information. You might not know, maybe I'm the one who's going through that particular stress,
I'll be here for you all the way.
So thank you so much for always availing yourself and being here with us in studio and blessing us with your presence. It's always just superb to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. It is 25 minutes past the hour 1 o'clock, and you're still tuned into the to Mabata FM 107.7 megahertz, home of gospel, and we are still in second segment of our show where we're talking about stress. So stay tuned for more.